remember I was talking to a buddy, right, and I realized he was telling me about his streak on like semen retention, and I've been practicing semen retention on and off like 2 years or so now, and like I've gotten to like 90 days once. I got to like 30 days once, but I've never done it clean where I didn't watch any like pornographic images and stuff. You know, I relapsed like a day or so ago after like 6 days, and before that I did like 13 days, you know, of like not doing it. So I ain't never did it clean. You know, I want to try to do it clean and not watching no images or nothing like that. So I don't put blockers on my laptop, so I can't access them anymore. I gotta block my phone somehow though, because still some like ways that I can still like find my way in it. And that's why I'm trying to get into hacking, because I be finding ways to get past the system and stuff. And if I can work for like Blocker X or something like that, I can find ways to find ways that other people can't get to porn, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, basically like relapse and stuff like that. I can find avenues and like cybersecurity essentially. So that's what I'm working on. But yeah, like I was jealous of him because of his streak and how long he went. Even though I'd done it before too, so I shouldn't be. But I'm just like, I got jealousy as a negative trait of mine. You know what I'm saying? So it just flares up sometimes. Like somebody say something, it's like, dang, I wish that was me. And you know, it's just like coveting what that neighbor have and all that stuff like that. That's the real truth of it. Desiring what someone else has, you know, and the desire never ends. Desire is the cause of suffering. So, you know, that was what it was. And I realized why I was jealous is because I really don't want to masturbate. Like, I can't, I guess I don't, but like a part of me do, the flesh do, my nether regions wants me to be touched, So, you know, that is the truth of it. You know, I do and I don't. At the same time, you know, it's like that doggone verse. It was like, what I don't want to do, I do, and what I do, I don't. You know, and that's why I say it's like sin is like a substance, like an affliction, state of being. You know, so that's why I realized. I was like, dang, I'm jealous because he didn't masturbate for that amount of time and I am, you know. And you know, we can talk about, is masturbation like natural? And you know, modern studies find that it to be that, like, it's a natural part of like release. And you know, people talk about like if you get prostate issues and stuff doing that. And I noticed that it seemed like I was getting blockages sometimes when I was doing it. But you know, from the side of spirituality, they say that I'm not like using the energy properly. So it's up in the air. Eating avocado is masturbation natural. It's self-harm natural. But what we consider natural might be like in opposition to God. Because a lot of things we do, like in the Garden of Eden, they was eating fruit. They were eating like plants. In the Garden of Eden, heaven on earth. And then when they fell, they started eating meat. So and they also made it too after they fell. They had children after they fell. You know? So a lot of things are natural, like desire for sex, desire for meat, you know, maybe in opposition to God. Maybe there's research that eating meat help the brain develop, you know, and then it begins to wonder, is science in opposition to God? Because you got things like NASA, and you got the NASA's solar system versus the firmament. You know, you got instances like that. Masturbation versus, you know, semen retention, Brahmacharya. You know, gay marriage and alternative lifestyles versus the Mosaic law. You know, you have these dichotomies of like what happens in actual life and how the Bible tells us we fell from a higher state into a lower one, and this is where it is fallen, which is why we do what we call what is natural. You know, I know one thing though. It's like doggone, what's that comedian? Louis C.K. He said that like touching yourself is one of those things that once you do it, while you doing it, you feel like the Hulk, and after you like, oh, like Bruce Banner, man. This is true. This is true.